Attention, duelists! If you could all stop staring at my hair for a moment.
Good morning, duelists and Yu-Gi-Oh fans, and welcome to This Week in Yu-Gi-Oh! Hopefully you guys got your coffee, you're having a nice Sunday morning. Let's hit on all the cool stuff that Konami has presented us in the past week. Alright, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the page, leave a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so you stay on top of all the Yu-Gi-Oh! News, duels, and card openings that we got coming your way. And leave a comment down below out of all these products what you're most excited for. So go through some of the cool stuff that they hit on this week. The Quarter Century Duelist box. This is coming out for the OCG. And we got a Winged Karibo level 6 now. Retrain. What is going on here? Is that the Winged Dragon of Ra? Or am I missing something? I don't know. It looked like the Winged Dragon of Ra, but either way, very cool that Karibo's getting a little bit of extra love. Maybe something to splash into the casual Karibo deck here. It's an Elemental Hero. That's what it is. Okay, that makes sense. Can't be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand or grave by banishing an Elemental Hero fusion or one Winged Karibo from your hand face up on the field or graveyard, so it's easy to get to if you're running that. You can only do it once per turn this way. When your opponent declares an attack or when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, quick, contribute, destroy, and if you do, burn for the original attack of that monster, that's pretty handy. And then we got down here the Crimson Dragon extender here. So we got the Light Dragon Tuner effect, 0/0. During your opponent's main phase, if this card's in your hand, quick, you can target a Dragon Synchro in your grave, special summon this card, and if you do special summon that target, effect's negated. And then immediately after, Synchro summon a Dragon monster using this card you control. So wait, you can special summon this card if you do special summon that target. Huh. So, yeah, you basically take a Synchro that's in your grave, special summon this, special summon that, and then immediately Synchro. And then Dragon Monster Synchro summon you, and this card can't be destroyed by battle. It's kind of neat. I like that. The token for the Yugi and Kaiba, this one's going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to I'm really looking forward to the portfolio that they got for this. That's going to be a lot of fun. Card sleeves as well. And then you got the Jade and Yuki with the Yugioh. And, yeah, this is pretty sweet. Comes in what appears to be Quarter Century Secret Rare. So that's going to look nice, too. And then, of course, you got the reprints down here of all the kind of classic monsters here. Moving over. Remember that alligator from the Power of Chaos Kaiba game, Sebek's Blessing? Getting a little retrain here with Sebek's Sorcerer, and it's kind of cool generic Aqua monster, which is helpful. Bottom left and bottom right, 2 effect monsters is all you need. When this card of your monster, it points to inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you gain the same life points. If either player gains life points, even during the damage step, you can make each player take 1,000 damage. That's kind of interesting. I remember Sebek's Blessing when it first came out. It was super hype because it was one of those anime cards, and it was like, oh, that's cool, Sebek's Blessing, and you know, it made its way into my deck for a minute, but again, the application for the card was situational, so I kind of found myself in a position where I was like, I'm not feeling this card too much, even though it's cool. It's a classic Kaiba card, so cool that they're getting the retrain on this. I don't know if it'll have any kind of effect on the game itself, or if it's just a fun retrain. So I'm never against those. We were hitting on last week some of the merchandise that they were going to be launching in the OCG, and this is something that popped up. Fig Pin Yu-Gi-Oh! Deluxe Box Set 2023. An easy way to get Fig Pin's 5 newest Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters and monsters without having to buy them separately. So it looks like you can buy the whole set, but it's going to cost you. It's going to set you back a little bit. Available now for 115 USD for some pins. The deluxe set contains pins DM, Celtic, Yami-Yugi, Summon Skull, and Magician of Black Chaos. Each pin has an electroplated gold nickel coating in this set only. Yeah, it's nice. They look really good, but for 115 bucks, man, I don't know. I don't know if I would be investing in this personally. Me personally, I'm not going to buy this. I think it's really cool. I think, you know, if people really love like nostalgic Yu-Gi-Oh, this is definitely something you want to get your hands on. Personally, Magician of Black Chaos, still one of my low-key favorite monsters. Wish it was better. And, you know, we got the retrain in Invasion of Chaos with Dark Magician of Chaos, which was cool. And, you know, the Max, the Max Ritual monster. But just the vanilla is still a classic card. So the pins look great. They did an awesome job. I'm not saying they're not worth $115, but definitely an investment, man. This has been the big talk, Terminal World. This is the tease coming for next year out of the OCG, and could more than likely make its way to the TCG here. And Gen X, these were monsters that, like, the X Sabers, the Gen X, these were all these cards that basically came out of the dual terminal, which when I first discovered a dual terminal, it was actually really funny. I was at a friend's house and they told me that there's this card shop and you basically just put $1 in and you can either duel on the video game or you can just skip the duel and just get the card. And I thought that was insane because basically every card was a holofoil, and at least with the dual terminal technology on the card. And at the time that was pretty special because this was at a time obviously when you weren't getting a holofoil in every pack. So for $1 you could basically guarantee that you're going to get some kind of holofoil. And at the time the dual terminal technology was really unique, and it was a lot of fun. And I remember I dropped a whole bunch of money at that card shop on these dual terminal cards, but a lot of these were just, they were not that great. And now they're getting retrains, and so we're seeing some Gen X stuff, some old Synchro Gen X stuff start to jump in price. As they're getting the retrains in the Synchro, you got Arms of Gen X Return 0. You've also got the Link Monster, Repair Gen X Controller, Gen X Undying, our Gen X Undying, and then the our Gen X Touring. And also you got reprints of Controller, Undying, Power Planner, Turbo, Crusher, Magma, Birdman, Locomotion. I mean, this is just really funny. Just full on commitment to the dual terminal cards and giving these guys some real support, which I'm all for, man. I think Konami needs to follow through with a lot of the archetypes that they've created. War Rock is prime example. Coming out with an archetype and then forgetting about it. My personal favorite that they've come out in the last few years with is a Maze Attraction, and I would really like to be able to competitively play with the Amaze Attraction deck. I've combined it with the Labyrinth deck, and I'm still trying to perfect that. They work really well together, but again, there's something to be said about introducing a fun concept and then not following through. And I think you should be able to play with any deck. If you introduce a set, give it some real support. Obviously, back then the game was a lot different, so I'm glad that Konami recognizes, hey, people love all sorts of eras of Yu-Gi-Oh! And this proves that casual duelists are, they make the world go round. They make the Yu-Gi-Oh! World go round. Going over here, we've already hit on the quarter-century duelist box. Finally, wrapping up here. This is really cool. This just popped up this morning. The lore continues. We've seen some whispers that maybe the lore was done with Visa Starfrost, but this could give us hope that Starfrost Link could be in our future here. Maybe even a ritual. I wouldn't be too crazy about a ritual unless it had an effect similar to like Illusion of Chaos, where it had an effect that activated in the hand. Even if it was a trade-off where you could swap any 15-21 monster or Visa Starfrost with the ritual monster. I wouldn't be opposed to that. But this gives us a little bit of hope that we'll either get a ritual or a link monster. I mean, we do have, Scareclaw, but, that link monster, but who knows? This is kind of interesting. It's called Passage of Stars and of Frost. So it's a quick play spell, and you can only use the second effect once per turn. If a monster you control is destroyed by your spell effect or an opponent's card effect sent to the graveyard this turn, you can conduct your battle phase twice. If a monster you control is returned to the deck or face down extra deck while the card's in your graveyard, you can add it to your hand. Vanadium Obsession, this would, I guess, come in handy. Problem is with the Vanadium Visa Starfrost deck, it's really built to go first. If you can work through any kind of interruptions and set your board up, you're looking pretty good. And that's kind of the way the deck operates. A lot of people have some different builds. Obviously, I like to have 3 cross-out designators, especially if you're going second, because you got to be able to work through those interruptions. Otherwise, this deck just craps the bed completely. But it's not a terrible card. I mean, the problem is, the one issue I see is that it does not mention Visa Starfrost, so you can't search it off of Amurtara. So the ability to get this, and you couldn't even search it off of Triple Tactics Thrust. So I don't know how much effect it's going to have in the Vanadium deck. I would not imagine people run this. I like the first effect of this, but again, if you don't get it on your opening draw, or draw it through Reichardt's effect, or Scareclaw Reichardt's effect, then I don't know what you're doing. Maybe you can, Triple Tactics Talents if you get the draw. If you choose to draw and you try to get it, but, are you really trying to draw for this? So I don't see this being used very well, but it does give us hope that the lore is not over with. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below of everything that's been happening this week in Yu-Gi-Oh! And what your thoughts are on it. And yeah, make sure to subscribe to the page, leave a like, and hit that notification bell. And we'll be back later on today. Another opening, Age of Overlord, coming your way as we continue our search for the SP Little Knight. And a lot of fun stuff in store for you this week with the progression series duels, the abridged progression series of Duelist Kingdom, and our X-Duel series that's going to be taking place tomorrow. We'll talk to you soon, and we'll holla at you then. Till then.
Deuces.
Penguins!